Hello there, friends and well-wishers. It's Topical Tuesday, and we are here with a brand new episode full of fun and optimism.
Indeed, we are cautiously optimistic that you will enjoy this content that we have to offer you today.
This week we've got a couple of expansions to some popular games that will boldly take you to galaxies far, far away.
Count them, two crossovers between the worlds of video games and tabletop from some surprising sources.
And two dynamically different Kickstarters to keep your eyes on, and we can't not acknowledge that on N7 Day, BioWare finally announced the Mass Effect Remaster. Finally!
My name is Michael Holmes, and this is my favorite news on the Citadel.
Season 2 of The Mandalorian is here, and we're all pretty much loving it. No surprises. Some nice nods to the expanded universe, and some familiar faces are definitely making it must-see TV. So, perfect timing for Fantasy Flight Games to piggyback on the premiere of the series with their announcement of a new expansion to their X-Wing 2nd Edition miniatures game.
Now, there are a ton of signature ships in the Star Wars galaxy, but Slave One is by far one of the most iconic. So, taking it back a few movies, the company is releasing the Jango Fett version of the ship to add to your fleet. With a bunch of different options for how you want to use this ship, this is the way to add a little extra punch to your games.
Did you just say, this is the way, Michael?
I have spoken.
Okay, just calling you Michael Mandalorian Holmes from now on.
And, while we're talking about big sci-fi properties, let's go to the opposite side of the coin and talk about Modiphius' Star Trek game.
Star Wars isn't really the opposite of Star Trek. I would say that they're really different and expand sci-fi in completely unique ways. Star Trek offers a utopia about space exploration, and Star Wars is much more of like an operatic fantasy story, but they're both wonderful, and they don't need to fight each other all the time.
Fair enough. I do appreciate you keeping me honest. Of course, in the halls of fandom, the East Side, West Side war between, well, wars and Trek rages on. Anyway, I digress. Modiphius' latest release, the Klingon Empire Core Rulebook, provides players with a thorough toolkit for bringing the sometimes bad, sometimes good, very often redesigned Klingons to life in your Star Trek games.
Not only that, but the core rulebook also provides an update to the 2D20 system that powers the game. A ton of new baddies from the Romulan Empire, the Borg, and way more. This is not only the perfect entry to the game for fans of Trek who may not have played before, but it allows experienced players to introduce a new perspective to their ongoing games. Oh, and there's a limited edition version of the book, minis, and map tiles to go along with it. It's super cool.
Ejemtais destaqui, estak soldagos raskralbakti kipajaj la mox japush, jas kelas molar mihochu ku. Ha!
Most impressive. Vampire the Masquerade is getting the Battle Royale treatment by way of a new video game from Shark Mob Games. There is currently a very short teaser available. The link's below, so open that in a new tab, pause this, and let's reconvene in about 30 seconds. Now. Okay, you better be back now.
So, I gotta say, when I think of multiplayer games of this style, none of the monster games from Onyx Path really springs to mind as likely candidates. However, the trailer does look cool, and if done right, this does have the potential to bring some fresh blood to the genre.
Michael Mandalorian Holmes, did you just tell a dad joke?
Dad jokes. I've been training for this my entire life.
Seriously though, this is one to keep an eye on for fans not only of the TTRPG, but also Fortnite game adjacent players who are looking for something a little different. Maybe something they want to sink their teeth into. You're not the only one with dad joke games. It's no secret that World of Warcraft owes a huge debt to a long history of fantasy games, some including Dungeons and/or Dragons, and heck, they even tried to bring WoW to the table in the past with a somewhat mediocre dice and paper game. But it was announced recently that two ex-Blizzard executives are planning to dip their toes into a new sphere of tabletop gaming development. And we gotta say, our interest has definitely peaked.
Warchief Gaming has actually been around since 2018 as mainly a virtual space for gamers to meet and play a variety of existing games together. Former Blizzard alums Chris Metzen and Mike Gilmartin are looking to bring some of the spark that made the company, well, what it was during their time, to a new demographic of gamers with some tantalizing but as yet not quite defined forays into tabletop gaming experiences. It sounds like a combination of elements that will work, and fingers are definitely crossed. Well, we'll definitely have more details on this as they're made available. Until then, we wait with bated breath. And now for the portion of our program dedicated to a few plucky Kickstarters. Our first this week is a new entry to the horror genre simply titled Shiver. The game features a very simple but dynamic conflict resolution mechanic and really robust character creation system. What's more, players and game masters can create virtually any kind of horrific tale they want, from Tales from the Crypt to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Event Horizon, and more. The creators have even made several virtual resources available to allow gamers easy access no matter where they are, including a proprietary dice rolling app, interactive character sheet, and more. With a little under a month to go, they've already met and exceeded their goal, and we're very excited about this one. You want to take a peek now? Well, navigate over to DriveThruRPG and pick up the Quick Start rules absolutely free.
We've said it before and we'll say it again. We're big fans of any game that can take us to strange, new places regardless of medium. Date of the Dead is definitely that and then some. A monstrous dating sim, as it's being touted, is an LGBTQ-friendly paranormal dating sim that invites you to romance a selection of irresistible ghouls, monsters, and ghosts. I'm in heaven. In this video game, you will have the opportunity to find yourself in a romantic entanglement with a werewolf, merperson, and even death themselves. So it's The Sims. The game also includes the ability to use custom pronouns and explore any combination of romantic options to allow the player to express themselves authentically. This one has around 30 days to go and is only about a third of the way through its goal, so if this even remotely sounds good to you, get on it. Like, where was this game? Where has it been my whole life? I want to date hot monsters.
One very last little nugget to pass along this week. The folks at British-based TableTop Gaming magazine, as well as everyone in England, are about to face another period of being stuck at home for a while for reasons. So we've included to a link of their compilation of gaming resources to keep their readers from going all Shining style.
I feel like there's an all work and no play something joke there.
Good call. And that's it for our little show this week. If you find yourself in need of more quality content, make sure to check out GamesWeNeverPlay.com or navigate to wherever your favorite podcasts are downloaded. You can also check out back episodes of Topical as well as the rest of the Games We Never Play content right here on YouTube.
Social media, we have it. GWNP_pod on Twitter and Instagram, Games We Never Play on Facebook, and we even have a Patreon. And oh ho ho ho, we have an affiliate program with Dice Envy. Just go to diceenvy.com/GWNP for 10% off at checkout.
Signing off, saying stuff. I'm Michael Robert Holmes. You can find me on Instagram at Michael R. Holmes, or you can find me on Twitter at MRH_3E.
I have been your host, Blythe Kala. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube at Blythe Kala 93. Or you can find me on Saturdays GMing a Star Wars game, Star Wars Silence in the Force. We are using a hack of the Demigod system created by Jason Mills, whose channel it's on. It's probably okay. You can find it on twitch.tv, it's probably okay, on Saturdays at 10 a.m. or on YouTube VODs on It's Probably Okay Games.
And this has been TableTopical. I should go.